everybody. Welcome to Same Spirit Gaming. My name is Matt.
And I'm Jordan.
And we got some PowerWash Simulator here. Shaking things up a little bit. We have a particular plan in mind, but that's kind of, in the works.
Yeah, so basically what happened was we're going to do a co-op type thing, and we want it to be more Christmas themed. But as you can see, this is not Christmas themed, and we are not currently in co-op because I have the game downloaded on my PC, ready to play with Matt, but when I open the game, it's syncing the data from my Xbox, and it's taking like a super long time. I don't know if this is a bug or what it's doing exactly, but once that finishes, I'll be joining up.
But in the meantime, we gotta. Have you ever heard of Christmas in July? Well, we're doing July in Christmas. That's kind of the vibe that this aquarium gives off.
Yeah. Well, also I can see your technique because it's been a while since I played, so I can see how it's really done.
I mean, I'm not gonna claim that I have like pro-level technique or anything.
It looks pretty good to me.
The main thing to be aware of is whatever button lets you see the dirt. It still needs to be cleaned. Because when you get close to the end of having a surface cleaned and you're like, what even is still here? Then you can press that and it'll usually help you out.
I do remember that, yeah, like trying to get the last little percentage.
Well, and what apparently drove me and a lot of people crazy watching certain other people play it is that, like, they practically forgot that function existed. So they'd be looking around for freaking ever for whatever dirt was left.
Yeah, in my opinion, like, the big areas, it's easy to find the little percentages left, but it's when you're, like, power washing a motorcycle and it's like you just can't see where that dirt is. Sometimes even, I remember sometimes even when you use that function, it's hard to see.
Yeah, if there's a bunch of sunlight in the game on the particular surface, yeah, good luck. Because the highlight color that it flashes is pretty much exactly the same color that they use for the sunlight.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. The reflection or whatever.
But yeah, like, shoot, had a thought and I lost it. Forgive me if I'm a little bit out of it mentally as we do this. I've been distracted by, we'll just say, my nose. My nose has been kind of on the fritz today.
Yeah, no worries. As I was telling Matt before we started, I was also sick for like the whole week. So my voice is a little bit, like, you might be able to hear just a little bit of sickness, but it was a lot worse even yesterday. So I'm really glad that it came together for today.
Did you pick something up from your kiddo? Is that why?
That is exactly what happened. So, okay, all right, yeah, this is kind of a story I can go into. Last week, Matt and I skipped because, okay, we've been taking him to a new daycare here in Brazil, and, to, like, help him learn how to speak Portuguese better, because he really only speaks in English right now. But, part of what comes with the territory with going to a daycare is he plays a lot with other kids, and kids are basically like germ factories. And so first thing that happened was he caught a cold, which, of course, the rest of the family got. And then I went to a haircut place, like basically the same day that he was getting sick. And the guy who was doing my haircut was also sick, so I think I caught like 2 at the same time. And then, like the day before we were going to record last week, he got pink eye. And we had to take him, like his eye was almost swollen shut, so we were like really worried about it. So we had to go to the doctor, get the eye drops, blah, blah, blah. Then the next day, he got an ear infection, and we had to go there again and get antibiotics for that. And then, I'm like trying to bribe him to like do the eye drops because kids do not like to do that, obviously. So I do the eye drops, and he's laying down because he has to lay down and do the eye drops. And I'm like, oh, hey, here's a cookie. So, good job. You did the eye drops. Here's a cookie. He starts eating the cookie, and he starts, like, I'm not even joking. He starts choking on the cookie. So I held him, I turned him upside down and started, like, patting his back. And eventually I saw the cookie, like, fly out. So, yeah, it was quite a week for, like, kids and sicknesses, blah, blah, blah. But finally, we're over the hump, and everybody's getting better. That was like a lot in 2 days. Very funny.
You know what? I'm realizing. Hang on a sec. There should be like some background music or something in this game, but I think I changed the settings one time.
Is it like copyrighted or anything?
I wouldn't think so, but good point. Never mind. I will keep the music down.
Well, I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I've gotten any copyright hits anytime I have streamed this game.
Okay. Yeah. That's good. So, what are your plans for Christmas?
Well, I will be seeing my family, like actually going up to Pennsylvania.
Oh, awesome.
I'll be there Christmas and New Year's this time, which will be the first time pretty much since I moved. Well, okay, maybe not quite. Definitely first time since I stopped working at the boarding school that I'll be up there for both. So it's been 5 years at least.
Oh my gosh. That's a long time.
No, I mean, I have made just like single week trips up there, close to Christmas in the past to do, that kind of stuff. But usually, especially when I worked at Walmart, it was like, well, everybody asks off around Christmas, so
yeah,
most people aren't able to actually get that time off. Therefore, it was like Christmas-ish when I would actually go up there.
Did you get paid extra at least for working on the holiday?
I think so. I don't know which days exactly it applied to, but yeah, they had I think time and a half for holiday pay.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I will still be in Brazil, and the funny thing about the holidays here is, like, in the U.S., I think this is pretty typical, is like Christmas Eve, especially with kids, you put them to bed kind of earlier and wake up Christmas morning, and then that's when you open the presents. I don't know if that's like completely hard and fast rule, but that's how I was raised.
Pretty common.
And then New Year's Eve is when you stay up until midnight until the new year.
Yeah.
Here it's kind of the opposite. They stay up until midnight on Christmas Eve, until Christmas, and they open all the presents on Christmas Eve while they wait. And then, weirdly, to me this is weird, Christmas Eve they do not stay up. Everybody kind of just goes to bed.
You mean New Year's Eve?
Sorry, yeah, New Year's Eve.
Christmas.
Sorry, yeah. New Year's Eve they do not stay up until the New Year. Which, I don't know, just, it seems cool to stay up and see the turn of the new year, but they just don't do that here. Very interesting. So it's nice, being in the southern hemisphere and it's summer and everybody goes to the beach and stuff, but there's definitely like stuff that I got to get used to. Not that I'm going to be here for holidays a ton, but
yeah. You would think with it being, warmer down there, that like there'd be more of an inclination to keep parties and such going on New Year's Eve.
Exactly.
So you'd think they'd just end up staying up because of that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure, like, some people are partying. Well, in Brazil, there's people partying every day, but...
Maybe that's what it is. They're like, this is nothing unusual.
Yeah. Like, I'm sure some people do that, but if you just talk about, like, everyday families, I think they typically don't on New Year's Eve. But yeah, we're going to the beach next week. This weekend. Which it's going to be super warm. The water you can just swim in. It'll be fun. And then Christmas, we're not going to the beach because it's very crowded and expensive, but that's because everyone else is doing it.
Yeah.
Like, they literally just jack up the prices for everything. I mean, I'm sure there's tons of stuff in the U.S. that do that too, but beach is, like, especially jacked up. So, yeah, there you go. That's my plans, I guess. Also, what's funny is they still have, like, for decorations, they still have, like, if you buy a fake tree, it's an evergreen, which don't grow down here, and snow-themed, like Santa and reindeer, and yeah, I don't know, it's funny. And I even asked some people, and they're like, yeah, I don't really know why Santa's on a sled, because a lot of people down here have never seen snow before, so they just, like, don't even understand what that's like. Funny. Cultural differences. You know what? It's actually a good time for the passage of the day, and I'm still waiting. I'm at 80% synced now. But that's a good time for passage of the day, if it's good for you.
Pretty much any time is a good time. It's not like there's any particular action-packed part of this.
Yeah.
That's why, in a way, that's kind of why I got into streaming this for a while, is just because it's like, all right, well, this is just kind of a chill, relaxing game. I can just, not worry about being... I don't have to worry about people coming into the chat and, like, distracting me from anything I'm trying to focus on real hard.
Right. Yeah, that is nice. Yeah. Okay, so this is a weird thing that I had never heard before. So my wife went to get her, I think it was her nails done at some place here. And the lady there was, I guess, a non-denominational Christian, and she was telling my wife about how, like, my wife came back from getting her nails done, and she was like, I heard this weird theory that, and I'm kind of like questioning it. It's this lady at the nail place told me that Jesus is actually Michael the archangel. Like he was Michael the archangel and not actually God the Father. And I was like, that's definitely not true. Like, I don't know why she would try to like talk to you about that. And I ended up looking it up, and this is a held belief by Jehovah's Witnesses, which I'd never heard of this before, but I guess that's something that Jehovah's Witnesses believe. So I kind of think if she is non-denominational, she used to be a Jehovah's Witness, or maybe knows a lot of them. I don't know. Anyway, the biblical kind of
counterpoint
basis that they claim, the biblical basis they claim for this is because in Revelation 12, Jude 9. Oh, where is it? Now I've lost my place. Okay, so yeah, in Revelation 12:7, Michael is depicted as a leader of the angelic army, and they see that as a parallel to Jesus. In 1 Thessalonians 4:16, it is said that the Lord Jesus will descend from heaven with a commanding call with an archangel's voice, although I looked that up and it says like an archangel's voice was heard as Jesus descended, so it doesn't say that is his voice in that verse. But anyway, all of that doesn't even matter because I showed my wife this passage, which I will be reading now, from John 14, and it's very like cut and dry. Okay, so this is John 14, 6 through 9. Jesus answered, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. If you really know me, you will know my Father as well. From now on, you do know him and have seen him. Philip said, Lord, show us the Father, and that will be enough for us. Jesus answered, Don't you know me, Philip, even after I have been among you such a long time? Anyone who has seen me has seen the Father. How can you say, show us the Father? Well, there you go. That's like very clear, a direct quote from Jesus, you know. Don't you know me, Philip, even after I have been among you such a long time? And they're talking about the Father. So literally, Jesus is the Father. He's not an archangel.
To borrow from a particular Star Wars movie, I am one with the Father is with me. You know, I think it was Rogue One. That one guy is just like, I am one with the Force is with me. All the time.
Oh, okay, I was confused. Yes, okay, yeah, I'm one with the Force. Wow,
except
they
it's
totally
Jesus
stole
and the
that
Father.
From the Bible. Because, actually, I'll just read the next sentence. Don't you believe that I am in the Father and the Father is in me? There you go. That's the quote you were talking about.
It's slightly different because the word "in" is in there.
Yeah.
But still, yeah. It's just See, and people thought I was just joking around probably for a second there. You know what? I'm going to add a little extension here to get this stuff on the ceiling a bit better.
Yeah, I just feel like, you know, if it's a direct quote and he's literally saying, if you've seen me, you've seen the Father, well, there you go. You just can't really argue that.
Yeah.
And it was one thing if it's just like one person saying that, but this is like, you know, a whole denomination. I don't know. It was very surprising to me. The more you know.
Yeah. I mean, there are multiple individual beliefs of specific denominations that's just like, okay, where do you come to that conclusion?
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I forget which kind it is. I don't know. There's some tradition or another that basically they just don't do music ever because they think that it's like ungodly to do so. Like play music.
I remember hearing about that, but literally, psalms are supposed to be like songs, aren't they?
Yeah, there's like one singular New Testament passage that I think they try and derive their reasoning from, but it's like not even actually talking about that.
And how do you explain like David dancing literally for God? Yeah. And I mean, yeah, I don't know if we really.
Well, they're all like, oh, but this is in the New Testament. The New Testament, you know, basically trumps the Old Testament. And
in some ways, that's true, but you have to think about the overall character of God, which is also repeated. I don't know. That's just. Yeah, I don't know if we even need to like spend a bunch of time refuting it. That's pretty extreme.
Okay, so random note about the game. Those of you who have not seen or played PowerWash Simulator in a while, this whole thing is new. This nozzle that I'm currently using with like the 3 jet streams.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there was some update, I think, just as maybe as part of the same one that brought in the Shrek DLC.
Shrek DLC.
But
sounds funny.
Yeah, it was just like, oh hey, you like 1 jet nozzle, we'll give you 3.
Wow.
Of course, you have to, you know, spend more in-game money for it, but
yeah, that's fine. In-game money, that's fine.
Yeah. It's like... it's one of those things where if you're trying to get just the real tiny little bits of dirt left over on things, it's kind of hard to see, and it's at a distance. It basically gives you the same power as the, you know, Jetstream 0 degree nozzle, but spread 3 times as wide. Maybe even wider than that, because it's like there's, I don't know, slight little gaps in between each stream, so it's, yeah. Anyway, point is, it gives you the same amount of, you know, cleaning power, but spread out wider.
Right.
Trying to take a look at our time here to see what we got going, because this is definitely not going to be a 1 episode kind of job.
Yeah.
Which means I'm not entirely sure we will finish this in particular on the channel.
Okay, so full disclosure, I have opened PowerWash Simulator. I am in, but if I say join a player's co-op game. Oh, here we go. Cross-platform play. I have to request a room code from the host.
Okay, well, I would probably have to go in and specifically say, like, hey, I'm wanting to host this.
Okay.
So, that seems like an in-between recording kind of thing to do.
Yeah, definitely. It's weird because some games you play if you play through the Xbox app on your PC, it will actually not count it as like cross-platform, but some games, I guess, like this one, then I guess it is technically cross-platform.
Yeah, I'll be real, I haven't even bothered trying to use the Xbox app on my PC because it seems like anytime I try to, it acts like it wants me to just download or even purchase the game all over again.
Yeah, that's... Also, I have not tried to actually purchase a game. The only reason I use the Xbox app on my PC is because I have Games Pass Ultimate, so it's like...
that's probably my problem.
Yeah,
because I don't have Ultimate.
Oh, but don't you have some games included if you have the basic one? I've never had that one. So.
Well, I think Game Pass Core is, because so the old games with gold didn't include any PC stuff.
Yeah.
So if they treat Game Pass Core the same kind of way, then same rule applies, I guess. It only counts for your Xbox and not also onto your PC.
Yeah, I guess maybe that's just an Ultimate thing. Yeah, because I can, like...
But I don't know. The impression I get is that that's... If that is even the case, that's something that'll change in the near-ish future. Because it seems like the whole Xbox brand wants to be like, okay, well, guess what? All of your devices can basically use Xbox stuff. So...
To be completely honest, I actually get the feeling eventually Microsoft wants to go away with the Xbox hardware or just have a very simplified one, more like the Xbox S, where it's just more for cloud gaming or basic stuff, because they don't make a ton of money, if any. I'm not actually sure they make a profit on the hardware. And that's the case with PlayStation 2. I think Nintendo is the only company who has been profitable with actual console hardware. So if it was up to Microsoft, they would not make the hardware anymore. They would just do the software. So they're kind of trying to mesh it all together. It's been convenient for me, though, because I couldn't take my Xbox and have my whole setup in Brazil, and then, because I have Games Pass Ultimate, everything syncs, and I don't lose any progress.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I guess it only works if you have Ultimate.
It did still carry over between one Xbox and another, though.
Yes.
So,
which is nice.
Back when I was having trouble with my Xbox One, and it was like, okay, I don't know if this is fixable, so I finally broke down and got a Series X, and then I basically link my profile to the Series X, and it's just like, we'll need a bit to sync up your games, and you might have to, reinstall them on new hard drives or whatever, but you've still got access to all of them. You're still, on the same Game Pass plan and whatnot.
Yeah. And I still have my old Xbox One, and I can't remember why I did this, but I had, my Series S downstairs, and I was playing upstairs on my old Xbox. Everything was just, syncing back and forth really easily. It is convenient. But yeah, and then it syncs with the PC, too, so... Oh, and then I have the Meta, which is back in the States, and I can't wait. I'm very excited to use that again because that thing was so cool. But they have, they've started to integrate Xbox stuff into it, and now that'll sync, and I can play in VR.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know. In a way, I would kind of think if Xbox is going to do hardware much longer under the Xbox brand, it's just gonna be kind of I don't know, low to mid-range gaming focused PC towers, essentially.
I agree. Because listen to this. You can buy the new upgraded Amazon Fire TV, and literally not only do they have the Luna, which is the Amazon version of cloud gaming, but they've now integrated Xbox cloud gaming into your Fire TV. I mean, if that doesn't tell you the direction Microsoft wants to go, I don't know what does.
Yeah.
I mean, if they could just have Xbox Games Pass stuff on every streaming device instead of Xboxes, they'll be making way more money.
Yeah. And I guess that's the point, is to be like, well, our games are everywhere, so you don't need to buy any other competitor's hardware.
Yeah.
You can just use whatever kind of hardware you want. And
yeah. They literally become the Netflix of gaming, because Sony's not really doing that. And if every streaming device in the world can run Xbox games, well, that's pretty convenient. That would be extremely convenient.
well,
Yeah, we're about at that time.
yep. And this job is only 27% done, because I have yet to get to any of this stuff over here or over here.
The aquarium's huge. I didn't realize it was that big.
Or wait. Or anything up here.
Jeez. Oh, wow. Okay. That is insane.
See, when it said the aquarium, we weren't totally sure if it was just going to be like, okay, well, is it there was no indication of how big it was going to be overall.
Yeah. That is insane. That's really huge.
But I mean, it's not the worst. 27% done in about half an hour. I've seen some jobs that, oh, geez. It felt like they took forever. But anyway. Okay.
All right. Thank you for watching.
Yep. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything. We will actually be getting into a more Christmas-themed job here very soon.
Yes. Yeah. The next episode. So, yeah. Get ready for more PowerWash Simulator.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye.